Have you ever had the feeling that something big is about to happen in your life? As if a door you didn't even know existed is opening before you? Maybe you're facing a change so significant that everything you knew will no longer make sense. Padre Pio, the saint who touched millions of hearts, firmly believed that God works in mysterious ways. He can open unexpected doors that change the course of our history forever. But do you know how to recognize these divine moments? Write in the comments, "I receive." In this video, you will discover 10 unmistakable signs that God is opening doors in your life, even if you can't yet see them clearly. We will talk about the subtleties that the universe uses to guide your path, and with Padre Pio's guidance, you will learn to be attentive to the details that can transform your journey. Stay until the end, because sign number 8 is the most powerful and can be the turning point you need. Please, I need you to share this video with as many people as possible. First sign: inner peace in the midst of chaos. One of the first signs that God is opening doors is an inexplicable inner peace, even in the midst of chaos. While the situations around you seem to be spiraling out of control, there is a serenity that takes over your heart, as if you know that everything is falling into place in the right way. This peace does not mean the absence of problems, but rather the certainty that there is a greater purpose guiding each step. Padre Pio always taught that spiritual peace is a divine gift, and it is in these moments of inner calm that we are able to hear God's voice most clearly. He invites us to trust, even when external circumstances challenge us. Sometimes this peace comes after a sincere prayer, other times in the silence of a moment of deep reflection. It is a divine whisper saying, "Everything is fine, keep walking." Mariana went through a complicated divorce that left her feeling lost. She lost her home, had to change jobs, and saw many of her plans fall apart. However, instead of falling into despair, she began to feel a strange and welcoming peace, as if everything was happening for a reason. One day, at the height of her difficulties, she received an unexpected call. An old friend offered her a job that would not only solve her financial problems, but also bring her personal fulfillment. Today, Mariana says that the peace she felt was the greatest sign that God was already preparing a new door for her, even before she could see it. Have you ever gone through a difficult time, but felt this deep peace as if something greater was coming? Maybe this is evidence that God is opening doors that you never imagined. Leave your experience in the comments. We will read them all. Second sign: opportunities come from unexpected places. When God is opening doors in your life, opportunities come in ways you would never have imagined. Situations that seem ordinary or unimportant end up turning into big turning points. It could be a casual conversation with a colleague, an unexpected message, or even a chance encounter that sparks a new idea. These moments are divine answers, showing that God is preparing something great and guiding you down a new path. Padre Pio always believed that God's blessings often come disguised as small coincidences, and being attentive to these signs is essential to not missing out on important opportunities. Maria, a teacher who worked at a public school, felt unmotivated and wanted a career change. One day, at a coffee shop, she met by chance a former student who had become the owner of a private school and was looking for a pedagogical coordinator. That conversation changed everything. Without planning it, Maria found a new direction for her professional life and felt renewed when she realized that God had guided her steps to that point. Are you also ignoring an opportunity that God is placing in your path? Could that unexpected door, which seems small now, actually be the beginning of something much bigger? Are you going through difficult times and don't know who to turn to? Are financial worries, lack of direction, and daily challenges weighing on your life? Imagine having in your hands the solution to transform your life through faith, with the powerful prayers of one of the most miraculous saints in history. Padre Pio. With the ebook, The Power of Padre Pio, you will have access to prayers for every moment of your life to bring peace, prosperity, protection, and immediate miracles. Don't wait any longer. Life is full of unexpected challenges, but you don't have to face them alone. Padre Pio is by your side, and this ebook is the spiritual guide you were missing to start attracting divine solutions to your problems. Download it now and feel the transformation in your life. Each prayer was created to strengthen your faith and open paths. If you are tired of struggling without results, now is the time to act. Don't miss this opportunity to bring Padre Pio's blessings into your daily life. Download the ebook now and see how your life can change. The download link is in the first pinned comment. Attention, there are only a few copies left. Click on the link in the first comment now and get your ebook. Third sign, obstacles mysteriously disappear. One of the most striking signs that God is opening doors in your life is when obstacles that seemed insurmountable suddenly disappear. Problems that once caused you sleepless nights suddenly resolve themselves with almost miraculous ease. When God decides to act, He opens paths where it seemed impossible to follow. This removal of barriers is not a coincidence, but a clear indication that you are being led by a greater force. Padre Pio always emphasized that God's timing is perfect and that He knows when each door needs to open. Many times we resist change or insist on something that no longer serves us, but God acts to remove what is impeding progress. If you have ever faced a situation in which everything seemed blocked and suddenly found an unexpected solution, you know how powerful that feeling is. It is as if a gentle wind blows away the difficulties, showing that there is a path beyond what you could imagine. This removal of obstacles can manifest itself in many ways: a debt that is renegotiated more easily than expected, a health problem that is resolved without major complications, or even a negative person who decides to leave your life on their own. These moments of relief are divine signs that something new is coming and that you should move forward with confidence. Imagine the story of Julia, a woman who was facing a financial battle that seemed to have no end. Without a job and with debts piling up, she felt hopeless. For months, she knocked on doors, trying to renegotiate her accounts and find a new job, but nothing seemed to work. One day, one of her largest debts was completely forgiven, and soon after, she received a job offer from a company she had not even applied to. The doors opened so quickly and unexpectedly that Julia understood that something bigger was at work in her life. Inspired by the experience, Julia learned that when God is in control, obstacles become opportunities in disguise. What once seemed impossible was now a new phase in your life, full of hope and possibilities. Have you ever had a moment when difficulties suddenly disappeared and everything began to flow? It could be that a divine door is opening right now. Are you ready to walk through it? Fourth sign, increased faith and intuition. When God speaks to the heart. Have you ever felt an inexplicable confidence in moments of uncertainty? As if, even without concrete proof, you knew that everything would work out? This feeling is one of the most powerful signs that God is working in your life. When He begins to open doors, your faith and intuition naturally increase, guiding you to decisions and paths that might previously have seemed risky or unlikely. Faith is not just a blind belief in something greater. It is an inner impulse that connects you to the divine purpose, helping you trust in the process, even without seeing the end of the road. Padre Pio taught that when we are aligned with God's will, we develop a greater spiritual sensitivity, which allows us to perceive His signs clearly. This intuition is like a compass, always pointing in the right direction, even in the midst of life's difficulties. The feeling that you must take action, even without a logical reason, is a divine inspiration. God uses this inner voice to guide us to hidden opportunities and essential decisions. Many ignore this guidance out of fear or insecurity, but those who learn to listen to it reap fruits they would never have imagined. Padre Pio used to say that this silent certainty is one of the most intimate ways God speaks to us. It is the spiritual language that goes beyond reason. Furthermore, increasing faith and intuition does not mean an absence of challenges, but rather the ability to see obstacles as opportunities for learning and growth. People who go through difficult times without losing confidence are those who, sooner or later, find open doors. This strengthening of faith is a divine invitation to see life with spiritual eyes, seeing beyond appearances and trusting that in the end, all the pieces of the puzzle will fit together perfectly. Following intuition and finding an open door. Marina was a young woman who dreamed of working in art, but her life seemed to be taking a completely different path. She had just graduated in business administration and was about to accept a stable but unloved job. However, something in her heart told her to wait a little longer, as if an unexpected opportunity was coming. Days passed, and Marina began to doubt her own intuition. Her family and friends insisted that she accept the safe offer and forget about her artistic dreams. But despite the pressure, that inner voice would not leave her alone. She decided to trust her faith, inspired by a reading about Padre Pio, who said, "God would not put a desire in your heart if he did not have a plan to fulfill it." A month later, without warning, a local art gallery announced a selection for new artists. Marina applied with fear, but full of hope. To her surprise, she was chosen and had the chance to exhibit her work to an audience that completely changed her career. Today, she makes a living from her art and always says that if she had not listened to her intuition and waited for the right door, she would never have achieved this fulfillment. What about you? Is there a door opening in your life, but you have not yet noticed it due to lack of faith? Fifth sign: the right people come into your life. When God is opening doors, He often brings people into your life who bring the answers and opportunities you need. These people may come in subtle ways, such as co-workers, unexpected friends, or even strangers who seem to cross your path at just the right moment. Padre Pio always emphasized that God works through human connections, and often, these new relationships are the key to profound transformation. These people don't always come into your life announcing that they bring a solution. Sometimes they may appear as a friendly shoulder to cry on, a word of advice, or even as business partners that you would never have considered before. Therefore, it is essential to have an open heart and not be hasty in judging who God puts in your path. Helping you see new possibilities is one of the most obvious signs that God is shaping your destiny through the people around you. Padre Pio said that spiritual synergy happens when God unites the stories and talents of different people for a greater purpose. Sometimes a door opens not because you sought it alone, but because someone brought you an unexpected opportunity. Spiritual and material success is often a collaborative effort, and whoever God puts by your side may be the missing piece you need to achieve what you seek. Another important aspect is to understand that some people may come with a temporary purpose, just to get you through a phase or offer specific guidance. Not all connections are permanent, but each one has its role in the greater plan. The key is to know how to discern who came to add value and how each encounter can be a blessing in disguise. Consider the story of John, a man who had tried to open a restaurant for years, but without success. He was about to give up when, at a seemingly banal social event, he met Peter, a food entrepreneur. During a casual conversation, Peter mentioned a business opportunity in a strategic commercial location and encouraged him to try again. With Pedro's support and financial guidance, João was able to open his restaurant in a privileged location, and in a few months, his business prospered in a way he never imagined. João always said that if he hadn't gone to that event, he would never have met Pedro, the essential piece that was missing in his journey. For him, that meeting was not a simple coincidence, but a door opened by God, using Pedro as an instrument to make an old dream come true. This kind of story happens all the time. Many times, the people you meet unexpectedly are those that God put in your path to open doors that you never imagined existed. It's not just luck or chance, it's the divine movement working in your favor, revealing paths that you wouldn't be able to discover on your own. What about you? Is there someone close to you today who was sent by God to open a door that you haven't seen yet? Who in your life could be the key to the next big step in your journey? Sign 6. An unexplainable urge to act. You suddenly feel an overwhelming urge to act on something you had put aside. This urgency could be God opening the right door and asking you to take the next step. Don't ignore this sudden motivation, because it could be the push you need to transform. Sign 7. Repetitive signs and dreams. Padre Pio believed that God also speaks to us through repetitive dreams and signs. If you have been seeing the same numbers, symbols, or messages in different contexts, it is no coincidence. These signs are divine invitations for you to open your eyes and notice the door that God is placing before you. Sign 8. The right opportunity at the right time. Perfect timing is a divine signature. When everything aligns in a surprising way and the opportunity presents itself at just the right moment, you know that this door has been opened by God. This is the most powerful sign, and recognizing this alignment can make all the difference in your journey. Sign 9. Inner transformation. God doesn't just open external doors, He also transforms our inner selves. You begin to realize that old concerns no longer carry the same weight, and that your heart is more open to new experiences. Padre Pio taught that true change begins within, and this transformation is the prelude to great external blessings. Sign 10. Inexplicable gratitude. Finally, when God opens doors, gratitude fills your heart, even before you see the full results. This feeling is a sign that you are on the right path. Padre Pio always said that gratitude attracts more blessings, and recognizing the doors that God opens is essential for others to reveal themselves. A person who, after years of struggle, sees small victories happening and, instead of waiting for the end of the journey to give thanks, begins to celebrate each daily achievement with gratitude. We have reached the end of this video, but the journey to recognize and walk through the doors that God opens is just beginning. Each of the signs we have seen is an invitation for you to see life from a new perspective, one in which faith, trust, and gratitude become the keys to unlocking opportunities that you never imagined possible. God acts in subtle and often unexpected ways. When you feel peace in the midst of chaos, new opportunities appear out of nowhere, or problems that once seemed insurmountable disappear. It is a sign that something greater is at work. The presence of new people in your life, recurring dreams, or an irresistible urge to act may be God's way of getting your attention. Nothing happens by chance, and the right moment is never a coincidence, it is divine providence. So, when you identify these signs, you need to prepare for action, because the blessing only fully manifests itself when we are ready to walk through the door that has been opened. Transformation begins within you. It is not just about external opportunities. God works within us first. As you change your attitudes, thoughts, and open up to the new, you will notice that the external doors begin to align with your purpose. Padre Pio reminds us that true change comes from within, and this personal renewal is the starting point for seeing the opportunities that God places in our path. Furthermore, Gratitude is an essential element in this process. By giving thanks for the small victories and for each sign, you strengthen your faith and become more receptive to new blessings. Even when we cannot clearly see what is coming, gratitude attracts more open doors and helps us maintain a positive attitude in the face of challenges. It is important to remember that, often, the greatest opportunities come disguised as difficulties. Therefore, learn to trust in the process and do not get discouraged if everything still does not make sense. In time, God will reveal the purpose behind each moment. Padre Pio taught us to trust completely in divine providence and not to question God's timing. If you feel that you are living in a period of waiting or uncertainty, do not lose hope. The right door may be about to open, but it will reveal itself at the ideal time. The secret is to remain firm in faith, act with courage, and accept the changes that arise, because God only opens doors for those who are willing to go through them. Therefore, reflect on the signs we discussed today. God may be showing you, at this very moment, a new direction, a new opportunity, or a change that will transform your life forever. Perhaps the peace you have felt lately, the people who have come into your life, or even a recurring dream, are the first signs that your next great opportunity is waiting. The question is, are you ready to go through that door? So, if this content spoke to your heart and you believe that God is working in your life, subscribe to the channel and share this message with someone special. Don't let this opportunity go unnoticed. Every step of faith you take today can open more doors tomorrow.